Looking back on nearly 70 years of life, I realized something painfully simple. My mouth, yes, this very tongue I'm speaking to you about, has caused me more trouble than I ever imagined. Opportunities missed, relationships strained, respect lost, all because I didn't know when to stop talking. And here's the kicker. It's not that I didn't know better. I did. I knew the Bible warned about careless words. I knew wisdom often comes through silence. But I ignored it. Oh, how I ignored it. Proverbs 18:21 says it plainly. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. Heavy, isn't it? And yet I spent decades giving life to nonsense, complaints, gossip, and unnecessary chatter, while quietly killing opportunities and peace in my own life. Today, I want to share with you the harsh, bitter, but absolutely necessary lessons I've learned about talking too much. Consider this a cautionary tale, from me to you, so you don't repeat the same mistakes. First, let's talk about relationships. Talking too much doesn't make people love you, it often drives them away. I remember when I was younger, I thought I was building bonds by talking endlessly at church gatherings, family events, and work. But what I didn't realize was that people started avoiding me quietly. My friend's invitation would slip my mind. My colleagues stopped asking for my opinion, and doors I thought were open were slowly closing without me noticing. Talking too much makes you forgettable, or worse, irritating. People remember the loudmouth, not the wise person. History has examples. Julius Caesar was betrayed by Brutus, not just because of politics, but because the whispers of careless words in Rome eroded trust. Words can ruin alliances quietly before anyone even notices. Even the Bible warns in Proverbs 10:19, when words are many, transgression is not lacking, but whoever restrains his lips is prudent. Every unnecessary word chips away at respect, trust, and opportunities. I learned this the hard way. Here's another bitter truth. When your mouth is always busy, your mind stops listening. Self-reflection. Forget it. Growth. Delayed. For years, I would give advice I hadn't applied to myself. I would talk about my plans, my frustrations, my wisdom, and meanwhile, life was passing me by. I was too busy talking to see the lessons staring me in the face. James 1:19 says, "Let every person be quick to hear, slow to speak, slow to anger." Imagine how different my life would have been if I had embraced that early. Silence isn't emptiness, it's space to grow. And every time I ignored that, I wasted years. A personal story. I complained for weeks to my colleagues about opportunities I didn't get, not realizing I was ignoring ways I could improve. Meanwhile, quiet people were learning, reflecting, and quietly moving ahead. It was a painful lesson, but an unforgettable one. Next, your words shape your reputation. Talk too much and people stop taking you seriously. I've seen it countless times. Friends, co-workers, even leaders who never pause, never think, always speak. At first, people listen politely, but over time the constant chatter becomes noise. Credibility erodes. Doors close quietly while you're busy sharing your genius. Proverbs 29:11. A fool gives full vent to his spirit, but a wise man quietly holds it back. Foolishness is loud, wisdom is quiet. I thought I was wise, but my mouth betrayed me. A historical example. Mark Antony's famous speeches after Caesar's death, brilliant, persuasive. But imagine if he had overstepped, said too much, or revealed his own weaknesses carelessly. Words can make or break legacies. Here's the kicker. Careless talk doesn't just harm others, it poisons your own life. Gossip, complaints, exaggerations, they eat your peace quietly. I used to think complaining made people sympathize with me. It didn't. It made me miserable. Every time I talked about problems instead of solutions, I became a magnet for negativity. It's like carrying a bag full of stones and expecting to run a marathon. Proverbs 16:28. A dishonest man spreads strife, and a whisperer separates close friends. Even whispers can create storms. I learned that every unnecessary word has consequences. Now let's talk about the solution: silence. The quiet mind sees opportunities, the restrained tongue earns respect, and the patient person eventually succeeds where the loudmouth fails. Silence isn't weakness, silence is strength. It allows you to observe, reflect, and plan. Historical leaders, wise elders, and even spiritual teachers knew this. The less they spoke, the more weight their words carried. I wish I had learned this in my 20s, 30s, 40s, but better late than never. Today I practice listening first, speaking second, and reflecting constantly. And life is finally showing me its rewards. So here's the harsh, bitter truth. Your tongue can make you or break you. It can destroy relationships, block growth, ruin your credibility, and poison your peace. And I know this because I've lived it. I've walked this road, and I wish someone had warned me sooner. But here's the good news. It's never too late to change. Speak only when it adds value. Listen more than you talk. Reflect before responding. Measure your words like gold, because once spoken, they can never be taken back. Remember Proverbs 17:27, whoever restrains his words has knowledge, and he who has a cool spirit is a man of understanding. So I challenge you, today, start observing your words. Stop unnecessary chatter. Embrace silence. Grow. Earn respect. Protect your peace. And maybe, just maybe, you'll avoid the mistakes I made with my mouth.